Hey YouTube. You know what? I'm a little upset right now. I talked about this topic actually on my little Facebook page. I use Facebook to gripe. I ain't gonna lie, I'm a griper. Call me a complainer, negative, whatever. I don't care. I'm a griper. So, what griped me today was one of my friends. I was just, catching up with her, and she was, telling me how her children was doing. She has a little 4-year-old daughter. And, naturally, I wanted to see how she was doing and everything. And, doing what 4-year-olds do, learning their ABCs and learning how to spell out their address and all that great stuff. And she told me that she had just began perming her hair. She gave her first perm a few days before Thanksgiving, and she said the results came out great. The first thing I asked her is, why the fuck did you perm her hair? People just don't understand my pet peeves about perms, and I am especially more angered by the fact that she's doing this to her little girl. You know, grown women, do what you do. Y'all gonna perm your hair. But the only thing that I don't like is when mothers perm their their baby's hairs. I think children are too young for perms. I don't believe that the kitty perms are mild, or they call this less, it's not as, what's the word, strong as, potent as, regular store-bought perms. But, anything like that going on a child's head, 4, 3, 2, 1, that's unacceptable. No child under the age of, I say 8, should not be getting a perm. And I just think that it's just setting a really bad example for her little girl. That's where it begins, actually, the whole thing about the dependency on perms. I don't want to sound negative, like, oh, trying to put down people that perm their hair. I really just don't like the idea of perms, especially for children. I think that's wrong. So, I got in her shit about it, and she was not happy. And, she tried to say, oh, Jasmine, everybody doesn't think like you. You so extreme. You so blah, blah, blah. And, my little baby girl, her hair looks good. The perm did not give her any scalp burns. It didn't cause any type of damage. And I'm like, that is not the point. The point is you're putting this chemical on her scalp. So, yes, you did damage her hair. You began the damage by starting this process on her hair. And it just sickens me. What is wrong with these black women that think it is okay to put perms in their babies' heads? Their brains are developing. Their body is still changing and developing. We don't need to introduce anything like that on them. They should not have to endure that pain of going through the whole perming, incident. This reminds me of that episode on Tyra when they had mothers on the show, that it was about, I guess, a good hair, bad hair episode where some of the mothers were perming their little girls' hairs, and the little girls was, even though the experience was painful for them, they were happy with the results. And I think they were happy because their mother was happy. And, little baby girls, they only do what their mother tells them. They only, they follow what their mama does. So if their mother is happy about something, they're going to be happy, because they don't know any better. So I think that's just sick. Perming a little girl's head. You have no reason to perm a little girl's hair. Her hair is not even long enough, strong enough to sustain a perm. Like, I wouldn't even say our hair, even when we are older, I wouldn't even still say it's not strong enough or ready to sustain a perm. Nothing can sustain a perm. The only thing a perm is good for is clogging out your drains in your pipes in your kitchen or in the bathroom. Eat through that grime and grit and stuff so you can clear out the pipes. All that stuff going in. What is that supposed to clear our scalps? I mean, I don't know. It just really broke my heart. I really don't like that. I really don't. It's, I try to be lukewarm when it comes to not coming off as a person that bashes people for perming their hair. But I do cross the line. I will bash you all day if you perm your little girl's hair. So if you're out there and y'all don't think there's something wrong with perming your baby's heads, something's wrong with you. And I just hope that you really realize what you are doing you know, when you are essentially perming your daughter's hair. It not affects them just physically, but psychologically. That's where it begins. This whole dependency on perms is sickening. It really is. You know, why? It offers no benefit. Why the child? If you're out there doing it, stop it.